Fill it up with Phillip Wayne Stanley on the Changwaner Podcast.
So the first dish I'll talk about is sundubu jigae, which is a freshly curdled tofu that hasn't been strained of excess water, so it gives it like a silky texture. And I believe that most of them, not quite sure all, but most of them don't contain meat. So if you're a vegetarian, it's a good option.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Next is doenjang jigae, which is this guy knows what I'm talking about.
I'm on board so far. Fuck, man, these are great.
So doenjang is the fermented soybean paste, and I know it doesn't sound very good, but it's really salty and it's got a lot of flavor, like an umami flavor. So it's kind of it's typically served with if you're having barbecue, Korean barbecue, you can get it on the side, and it's just a good palate cleanser. Oh my God!
Let's hear number 3.
Number 3 is the first food I've ever eaten in Korea, and it's the bude jigae. Oh. It's an army-based stew.
Yeah, I love that one too.
See, you love it,
man.
So
we should have done this together.
Yeah, bude jigae. It originated in Ujeongbu, which is where my family is living currently. My uncle and his family. So it was after the war, the Korean War. Food was scarce, so the U.S. bases gave the surplus food like hot dogs, Spam, ham, and the Korean people made it into their own dish. Like it's pretty much scraps, but they add beans and kimchi, and they throw in some ramen noodles.
Poor man's stew.
Right. It's everything. And I remember watching it being made, and it looked horrible, but it tastes so good. It's probably one of my favorite dishes. And then the next one we have is the classic kimchi jigae. So I make this once a week for myself, and it's basically kimchi, onions, tofu, pork, or sometimes seafood. And the kimchi they use is more of an older fermented or ripe.
May I interrupt you for a second?
Go ahead.
What do you use as a broth for that?
So that's actually a really good question. You get these little dried anchovies, and you boil them in there, and then you remove them, and then you can also add a bit of they have specific seaweed for boiling a soup in. Yeah, that's an excellent question.
Go on.
And then I like to add some gochujang, which is a really spicy paste.
Yeah.
Some garlic, crushed garlic, soy sauce, of course, and it's called spicy oyster sauce. Yeah, and it's just everything just melts together.
Oh, that's great.
And you just let it cook. You let it cook for maybe an hour, and it just steams, and the stronger the flavor, and you get higher amounts of good bacteria.
All right, I got a boner for number 5. What's number 5?
Actually, I could probably use one of these right now. Haejanguk.
Oh yeah.
It's
hangover soup.
Yeah, it's literally hangover soup, and it's typically made with ox bone, and it's a soup to chase your hangover. There's nothing more visceral than looking at a bone, a huge bone, and then just digging into it. Oh man. But yeah, the best Korean restaurants are the ones that. So there's a place near my house. I can't remember the name, but it's just one of these hole in the walls that you would never see, and they have all of these different soups, and you get all kinds of what they call banchan, which is side dishes.
Yeah.
And all this whole huge meal. I'll send you the picture. You can add it on the link. This whole meal is only $5. So another good pro tip is if you're new to an area and you're looking for a good restaurant, look to where the taxi drivers are eating, because the taxi drivers know the whole city, and they know the best places to eat and the best prices. So that's kind of how I found this place. Is I just noticed that taxi drivers would frequently go to this restaurant, and it's always packed, and it's delicious.